Hey guys, so today I'm finally doing a video regarding the costs and how much I spent in Besançon. So I took a little bit to record this video, but I'm finally here. And hopefully I will help you all because a lot of people asked me how much I spent. So yeah, I'll try to help you out. I did a sheet when I was doing the exchange, especially during the first months, and then I just couldn't keep up with it. But I do have everything I spent, especially during the first 2 months. So I will show here also the screen with the sheet, and hopefully this will give us a little bit of a start. Okay, so let's start with transportation, which was basically bus, because I would take the bus every day to go to the city center. Not every day, but almost every day. I didn't have to take the bus to go to my classes, my law classes, because they were really near my dorm. So I didn't have to take a bus. But a friend of mine studies linguistics, and she needed to take the bus every day because the linguistics classes are in the city center. I think anthropology, linguistics, um, I think they all are in the city center, but law, economics, it is on the Boulogne campus, which was really near my dorm. I know there are other residences nearer the city center if you are interested, but I think they are more expensive, so I don't know if it is worth it because it is still really easy to go to the city center being on the Boulogne campus. So I don't think, I mean, I think, I guess it depends on the person, but even if I had to go every day to the city center in order to take my classes, I would have stayed in the Boulogne. So I don't know, you just have to see what is available. But regarding the costs, I spent 54 euros and 40 cents. But this cost was regarding 3 months of bus with unlimited passes, so I could go every day as much as I wanted, and it would be still the same price because I paid for the pass, and the pass is totally and absolutely worth it. They have 3 month passes and also a month pass. I think they have a year pass also. They don't make much difference. I feel like it's around 18 euros for month, but it is so worth it because if you take the bus every day, or even if you don't, like if you take the bus twice a week, I think, no, maybe not twice a week, but a little bit more, it is already way cheaper to buy the pass. I think a single pass costs maybe 190 euro, 1 euro and something. So if you do the math, most of the time it will be better just to buy the month pass. If you don't want to spend 50 euro all at once, buy the 1 month pass. You can get the pass going to the Jinko agency in the city center, and on Saturdays it's free. Like you don't have to pay the bus, you can go as many times as you want. So that was what I spent in the first 3 months, and then I spent more 18 euro. So that was it. I didn't spend any more on transportation because I really just walked, either walked or went to the city center by bus. And yes, you can go to the city center by foot. I did that a couple of times because I think it might be a 30-minute walk, but I ran sometimes, so I would get there in 25 minutes, so it was fine. So yeah, if you want to go buy food, you can. It's not that far. But if you want to go to the shopping mall, if you want to go to the area where they have a lot of stores, or if you want to go to the ice skating arena, you need to go by bus. So I was about to say that I took an Uber once, but then I don't think I did, because we were late to go to Strasbourg, and then we had to call an Uber. But then I think the bus arrived, and then we just canceled it. So I don't even think I took an Uber during my whole stay in Besançon. So I would not recommend it because it's like way too expensive. So I wouldn't recommend it because you honestly can do everything by bus. I feel like the buses in Besançon were really reliable, and they have a huge screen with the timetable and also how long you have to wait before the bus arrives. And I think they were right almost every time. I think they are 95% of the time correct. So yeah, I feel like it was fine to do everything by foot or by bus, so it wasn't too much trouble. It's super easy to walk around. It is not a dangerous city whatsoever, so I would certainly do exactly how I did. Moving on, we have the accommodation, because I stayed in Résidence Colette, which costs 277 euro, which is not cheap, but I don't think it's really expensive regarding the other options I had. I think it was the cheapest option. So I just took it. So I had to pay 277 euro in my accommodation monthly, but I signed up in a website called CAF, which is a website from the government, and it's called caf.fr. And there you can sign up, fill some forms, send some documents, and I got a discount of 90 euro. So it was really good because the first month I had to pay 277 euro plus the deposit of the same price, but then later on I could get this discount every month, so I actually paid 187 euro. I was only able to get the discount once I got in France, so that's why the first month I paid the whole price. I can do another video explaining more about this possibility, but search on Google and try to see if you are able or not to have this discount, because it certainly made a difference. So that's why for this video I will consider the cost of 187 euro, because it was the price I paid during the next months. Honestly, I feel like the food was expensive. We could, get great deals. For example, in KFC, the combo costs 5 euro, which is honestly a fair price. But if you want to have like meals in nice places, it would cost you a lot more. I would say 10 euro, maybe 12 euros, so it's definitely more expensive. I would go a lot to the restaurant universitaire, which is also a great option. I already did a video on the restaurant universitaire, so if you want to check that out. But basically it costs 330 euro, which is a little bit expensive, but also not really, because it's definitely the cheapest option if you do not want to cook by yourself at home, which is cheaper, and I did a lot. But restaurant universitaire is a 330 euro cost every day, twice a day, except from the weekends, because they don't work on the weekends, so you have to cook by yourself or buy somewhere else. But I didn't go every day, twice a day. So I would have lunch and dinner in the restaurant a couple of times of the week, the restaurant universitaire. But sometimes, especially in the first days, because by the time I arrived in Besançon, the classes hadn't started yet, I would go to the supermarkets, buy something, and then cook by myself. Because in the hall of the dorm, we would have a kitchen. It wasn't the best kitchen, but at least I could do something on it. And then I bought an air fryer in Carrefour, which was a really great deal. I would also recommend doing that. But regarding the supermarkets, I would say there are mainly three, at least near the area. So Intermarché, Lidl, and Aldi. The Intermarché one was the newest supermarket. So you can go there 10 minutes by foot from the campus Boulois, and it's super easy. It's big, it's really big, and they have great deals. I wouldn't say it was my favorite because my favorite was Lidl. I think Lidl had the best prices, but still, like, it was fine. You can have also the card. I highly recommend doing every card of every supermarket and also downloading the app. I feel like the Lidl app was so worth it, especially when comparing to the other apps and other cards. I feel like it really had discounts and offers, great offers every week. So yeah, download the app and keep an eye. And Lidl wasn't far, but it wasn't as close as Intermarché. So I would mostly go by bus. It was still near, but it wasn't the closest because the closest was Intermarché. And the Lidl I would go to wasn't especially big, but it was fine. Like, it wasn't big because I know in Besançon there are a lot of Lidls and they are bigger than the one that I would go to, but still I think it is the best supermarket. And then really close to Lidl, we have Aldi. I don't really love Aldi, but it was really nice, especially because it was in the same place of Action. So it was really good because I love Action. And I mean, it's not a supermarket exactly, it's more of a store, but it's a really good store. So yeah, go to Action if you are trying to find decorations for your dorm, things to like notebooks, pens, artistic things. I would always buy a Guaraná there, which is a Brazilian soft drink. So it was really nice. And I have some prices here of the food and the things I spent. Also, I have the sheet, and there you can find some stuff. But basically, I would spend like €2 on rice, €2 on tomato sauce, maybe a little less, honestly. Like €1 and something in pasta. I think the most expensive thing would be the meat. So I would buy viande hachée because I think it's cheaper, maybe like €5, and then chicken maybe €3-4. So it would, go from that. And it was fine, but it was cheaper than going to the restaurant, at least for me. But I still had to cook. Also, there is Monoprix. I understand liking Monoprix, but for me it was a little too expensive. It's in the city center. And there is also some stores, but like huge stores, in the Planoise, and they are worth it. Like, they are worth it. They are like way cheaper. For example, Giphy. Those stores were really good, especially for cleaning products and decoration things. It took me too long to find these stores, but yeah, when I found out, I was really glad because they were really nice, but unfortunately I went like just a couple of times there. Also, I need to talk about Carrefour because it's really far, like really far, the city center and the campus, so you need to go like twice the whole exchange. At least for me, it was not really reachable, so I couldn't go there as much. It felt like a day trip going there. Honestly, it wasn't that far, okay? I feel like I'm exaggerating a little bit. It's not that far, but still, it's not something you can go every day. But it's like a huge place, and it was really nice to buy an air fryer there because it was cheaper than in the other places, and also they have like microwaves and all of that, so you can buy basically whatever you want. Also, in the first half of the exchange, I would buy Too Good To Go, which is an app, and then you can buy things that were going to waste, but then they instead sell it cheaper in Too Good To Go. I feel like some of them were worth it, especially in boulangeries. But for example, once I ordered a pizza and it was not worth it. Like it wasn't like much cheaper than the others and it was not good. So yeah, and then I stopped buying from it. So gathering all this information, I would say that I pretty much spent like 15 euro for each purchase in the supermarket, and I would go every week or 3 times in a month. But also I did go sometimes to the restaurant, so at the end I think it depends on how much you want to spend in your food. Hey, Julia editing here. I'm sorry about my voice because I'm sick, but I just noticed that I said that I would go to groceries like 3 times or 4 times in a month, but I was looking at my expenses and I feel like it would be 5 times. I don't know if all of the times I went to the supermarket were really necessary, but I went more than I thought I did. So I'm just, doing this video so you know that I actually might have spent a bit more. So yeah. But I would say that a 15 euro purchase, considering we are in 2026, you could buy pasta, tomato sauce, rice, also chicken and also meat, so you can survive for the week. At least I could, but you also have to consider if you want to buy some snacks or fruits. I would always buy the cheapest options, so these fruits, I don't know what are the names of some of them, so I would just put it here. And also sometimes I would buy juices, but not as much. And I think Intermarché has better options regarding that. If you want to buy really cheap options, I would buy in Intermarché this huge package of apple yogurts. They are not exactly yogurts, they are more like if someone took an apple and smashed and put it into a package. Do I think it's tasty? Not really, but also it's not bad and it's really cheap, so I really liked it. Also, they have like vanilla pudding options, and those are really tasty, at least for me. Also, not exactly snacks, but I would buy potatoes because they were really cheap. Like I could get a package for 1 euro. And in Action, I bought a lot of biscoffs. They have packages, they sell packages of them, so they are not expensive also. Just a little tip if you are going to study at the Université Marie-Louis Pasteur, because there they have a ressourcerie, so you can get stuff for free, especially knives, forks, plates, and utensils for your kitchen. So if you don't want to buy everything all at once, maybe you should wait for the classes to start, because then the ressourcerie opens and you can find some stuff and you don't need to buy it elsewhere. Also, they have like talk parties and stuff like that, events where you can get stuff for free in the beginning of the semester. In one of those events, I could get a mini oven, which was so good. Like, it made my experience there, honestly. So maybe if you're lucky enough, you can get some of it. I was the first in line. Maybe you should do that too, so you can get more stuff. I arrived like 3 hours earlier. So yeah, keep that in mind. About cleaning products, I would go to Action or Giphy. Lidl also has some options. There is a topic that I forgot, which is the laundry, because in campus they have some places where you can do your laundry. In my building, we didn't have a laundry area, but we had two really close to us in Rousseau, I think, and in Touré. I don't know, like the other buildings that were near ours. So it was easy, and I don't remember exactly how much it costs, but I think to wash it would be like €1.50, and to dry it would be €1, or the opposite way. It was something like that. So I would spend like $2.50 to wash and dry my clothes. So yeah, I feel like this is important information. If you want more information, just comment, because I'll do a video about it. I still have a lot of videos to do. I could also do a video about cafes and restaurants, because I feel like I didn't talk much about them. Feel free to subscribe and leave a comment, and until next time.